Hi, everybody. I'm Mike, and this is Mike Miller Talks Life. Today's quote: "There is always something to be grateful for." This is that time of year that we take time out to express thanks for the many blessings that we have received this previous year. But that's a challenge for many of us. These last few years have been very hard on the majority of us. So feeling grateful seems a little unrealistic. Life is crazy. The news is unsettling. Many have struggled greatly, struggled financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually. We struggle with the loss of loved ones. Many have passed because they contracted COVID, and it's just been a hard year. Yet, I still believe there is always something to be grateful for. And gratitude is essential to a happy, joyful life. Psychologists and scientists are affirming that gratitude has many positive effects in our life. It improves physical and mental health. I think that's the case because gratitude fills us with joy and happiness. It can make us happy. It makes us happier because it pulls us away from stress, fear, depression, and envy. And this promotes all-around health. A grateful heart is a happy heart. And a happy person is just healthier. We feel better. It improves our sleep quality, especially when you express gratitude before you drop off to sleep. Just take a minute, instead of beginning to review the list of concerns and worries you have, take a minute just to review a couple of things that you're thankful for. You will discover that you rest better instead of laying awake large chunks of time, not resting, worrying. It strengthens our relationships. I think this is true because ingratitude is so toxic. And if you're in a relationship and somebody is ungrateful all the time, they're just breathing toxic something into your relationship. And it's not healthy. It's not fun. There's no joy at all. And so when we begin to just say thank you for things on a regular basis, it begins to build a positive, healthy atmosphere for this relationship to function in. And it just improves it. Besides, grateful people are more pleasant to be around. And so that in itself will improve the relationship. So you can save hundreds of dollars on marriage counseling if you just start expressing gratitude on a regular basis. It will break the grip of materialism. Materialism is that belief that life consists of things. We believe that we need things to make us better, to make us happier, to complete us. And that feeling just will choke the life out of you. We get caught up in this approach to life, and we never have enough, no matter how hard we try. Grateful people begin to give thanks for what they have, and it begins to break the grip of materialism. Being grateful helps us become less self-centered. Gratitude is the ability to experience life as a gift, and it liberates us from the prison of self-preoccupation. That's what John Ortberg thinks. I totally agree. I think we're addicted to self. And if this is not controlled, it can be very destructive. Too much self-preoccupation creates never being satisfied, being joyless, being disappointed all the time, mostly miserable, grumbling and complaining, because we're focusing on ourself, and that is just going to create misery. Gratitude helps us look away from us to the gifts that are coming into our life. And it makes a positive difference. It really helps break that negative part of self-centeredness. The Apostle Paul says that we need to devote ourselves to being more grateful. I think that's a great idea. Here's a few ideas that might help make that happen for you. The first is to decide to start and end your day with thanksgiving. Just a simple today, I am thankful for. Start your day like that. Thank God for the day. Thank Him for what's coming or something like that. Sometimes it really helps to state the obvious, but it also, I think that helps us get into this gratitude mode, and we begin to see new things that we weren't aware of, and we are thankful for those. I like to thank God for my home. It would be horrible not to have it. For appliances, I know they're stupid, and it's a crazy thing to be thankful for, but it's hard to make it without them. For heat, because I am cold all winter. I just freeze. And for air conditioning, those are stupid things. They're lame things. Many people in the world don't have that. I'm just grateful I do. I wish they had it too. I'm not selfish about it. I think it's good to thank God for people in your life. Important people in your life. Your family. I'm so grateful for my children and grandchildren, my wife, for key people in my life, the friends I've had through the years. Just to say thanks. And sometimes the very thing that you are kind of complaining about, there very well could be something in the midst of that you could express thanks for. And it might change that whole situation. So just decide to start and end your day with expressing thanks. I think it helps, number 2, is to develop an eye for gifts. That was a gift. It really changes things. I think blessings come into our life all the time, and we miss them because I think we just feel like life owes us that stuff, and it should be coming, and we're mad because it's not coming. If we could see these things as gifts, that we don't, nobody owes you a gift. They just give it. If we could see these things as gifts that come into our life, it'll really change things. You have to humble yourself a little bit and admit that you don't deserve those things. They're not your right. But when you meet somebody for coffee and they decide to pay, so they pay for your coffee, that's a gift. They don't have to do it. It's a fun gift. Oh, thanks. Or maybe somebody lets you in heavy traffic on a freeway, which we have tons of freeways down here, and they let you in. That's a major gift because you need to change lanes to get to the place where you need to be to turn or get off the freeway or whatever. And I mean, it can be hard sometimes. Develop an eye for gifts that come into your life. Don't look at things as I should get that, or that's my right. Just look at them as gifts. It'll help you become more grateful. Number 3, focus on what you have, not only what you don't have. I begin this point with saying it is okay to have a wish list, to have things that you hope you'll get one day, to have things on your list that you hope you'll be able to do one day, or places you hope you'll be able to go to one day. Nothing wrong with that. I have a wish list, and on my wish list is a Jeep. I don't need a Jeep. I have an old pickup I can drive around in. It gets me around just fine. I just want it. I've thought a lot about it. I think I'd look really good in a Jeep. It would get me around in a little bit more of a fun fashion. And so it's on my wish list. I'm wishing for a Jeep. But I need to focus not only on the Jeep that I don't have yet. No, I can't only look at that. I need to look at the many blessings I already have. If I focus only on the Jeep, I will lose my joy and I will feel disappointed and frustrated every day that goes by that I don't have that Jeep. I'm not a horrible person. I'm just like you. We're all that way. If we look at only what we want and skip over what we have, we will become ungrateful. So take the time to look at what you already have and express thanks. A couple of quotes that are good, I think. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. That's so true. I have some things now that I really prize, and I can remember when I wanted them, I wished for them, and I kind of thought, I'm not going to get it, and I have it. And that gives hope. That makes it exciting. We're not always denied cool things. Another quote, it's a funny thing about life. Once you begin to take note of the things you're grateful for, you begin to lose sight of the things that you lack. They're not as big in your vision. It's there. It's nothing wrong with having a wish list. And I do not want to lose sight of the Jeep thing that's on my wish list. But as you begin to look at the things you have and express gratitude for them, you're not driven by what you don't have. Number 4, when people ask how you're doing, include, I am grateful. It's just another way to scoot a grateful heart into your everyday life. And in conversations, it's easy to complain about how things are going when people ask you how things are going. So try not to go there. There are many things we're thankful for. So just say, yeah, how's it going, Mike? Pretty good. I'm really grateful about my last doctor's report. Things are going good, and grateful. Get it in there. Decide, number 5, that you have enough. This is a tough one, but it's so powerful. It will simplify our life and help us become more grateful. Decide when you have enough. And it's just saying, I don't need more. I don't need better. I don't need nicer. I have enough. Or we have enough. It's a tough decision. It comes from the inside in your heart, the core of your being, when you just become aware that you really do have enough. You have been blessed so much that you have enough. You have what you need to live life and enjoy life. You have enough. When you arrive at that state of having enough, you will have more than the richest people on the planet. The thing they all want and can't seem to find, you have. They're looking just for one more thing to get that'll make them feel like they have enough. But you never get there that way. Having enough is not accomplished by getting things. Having enough is accomplished by deciding, I have enough. Enough is mysterious. It's elusive. But you can attain it by simply beginning to think, I have enough. There's nothing wrong with desire. I already said there's nothing wrong with a wish list, things that would be fun to have. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with working and earning. There's nothing wrong with trying to improve your skills, to improve at things you do. There's nothing wrong with any of that. I think it's really normal, and I think it's really healthy. But when you are operating from the place of enough, when you're operating from a place that is not a deficit, trying to get, then to desire and work and try to improve and to do the best you can become more fun and more pure. And you do get better at life and in what you do because you're not working from that deficit. Oh, I never get enough. You decide you have enough. I know it's just letting it sink in. It's kind of overwhelming to think that, but at the same time, I bet it's kind of appealing to you. Like, wow, that would be a relief to realize I have enough. Doesn't mean you have everything, but just decide. And then as things come into your life, you'll have genuine gratitude. This is a real gift. Thank you. Last thing, thank the true source. I believe, and I even said it throughout this talk, it slipped out. I believe God is the source of all of our blessings. Thank Him. He is providing. We sing this song at church called the Doxology. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. God blesses people who believe in Him, who serve Him. He also blesses people who don't believe in Him. And the reason He blesses people who don't believe in Him, because that kindness extended from Him will draw people to Him. So I love to make sure I'm thanking the source of my blessings. Yeah, somebody might pay for my coffee, and I'm sure to thank them. But I'm also going to, throughout that day, just thank God for blessing me. He's the source. It'd be a good experiment for you if you don't really believe in God, just to take the next couple of weeks and just when you're expressing thanks for things that come into your life, just say, "Thanks, God." And you may not believe, you may think this is stupid, but just experiment. I bet there will be an interesting change in you. I don't know what it'll be. It would be worth a try. Life is hard, especially now. Hard and crazy. Many of you are struggling. You've lost things, lost people, jobs. This sense of security because life is so crazy. I'm just simply saying, I don't know if things will get better. Sometimes it looks like they're not going to. I don't know. But I'm just saying that in the midst of all that's going on, there's always something to be thankful for. Give thanks. It'll make a positive difference. Hey, thanks so much for listening. I hope this was encouraging to you. If you liked it, I hope you'll click like. If you're interested in these talks, you could subscribe. If you want to share it with somebody, that's always fine. And until next time, I hope you have a great week. Thanks for listening.